So today we understand how to make goods sent to branch account first. Below branch account, give the heading goods sent to branch account. Small account, 3 to 4 lines. 10 more seconds. Make the formats fast. Yes, now dear render. What we have to do in goods sent to branch is simply post on opposite side what we have already posted in branch account. See the previous account, branch account. Do you find debit side goods sent to branch? So in goods sent to branch, where should it come? Credit side, opposite account by branch account. Did you understand this? And what would that include? Those two things? Goods sent from head office to branch and goods sent from other branch. The same two things, okay? From head office to branch and goods sent from other branch. Any confusion with this? You just have to post the things on the opposite side, that's it. Same way, see in branch account, credit side, do you find by goods sent to branch? So where would that come in goods sent to branch account? Debit side, opposite account to branch account. And here 3 things were included. One is goods returned to head office. Then goods sent to other branch and directly goods returned by debtors to head office. Okay, 3 things would be included. Goods returned by branch to head office, goods sent to other branch and directly goods returned by branch debtors to head office. So practically when we solve the question, it will be very easy because sub items also we don't have to record. Directly from branch account, do the posting on opposite side. Yes. And whatever balance remains, transfer to trading account. Because finally that is the goods which was finally sent to the branch and finally sold to the customers. So whatever balancing figure remains will be transferred to trading account. To trading account in bracket balancing figure. Yes, Kavan, don't talk in between. Did you understand this portion? Whatever balancing figure remains will be transferred to trading account. So, any confusions with this? Now, we need to understand which things or accounts or entries will not be recorded in branch account. Exact logic of those we'll understand in the further lectures as and when we progress in the chapter. But initially you are supposed to remember which things will not be recorded in branch account. So give the heading below that as a note. Following items will not be recorded in branch accounts. Okay, following items will not be recorded in branch accounts. Now in between itself we discussed one item regarding petty cash. Which thing would you not record?
Petty expenses.
Petty expenses. We'll record opening balance of petty cash sent and closing balance, but will not record petty expenses. So now first petty expenses. And this all with logical reasoning why we don't record. I'll explain you in further lectures. Okay, why should this not be recorded? So in detail you'll understand these points in the coming lectures. Next write down credit sales sales return, bad debts, discount allowed. All I am writing together because all are related to debtors. So all I have written it together. Credit sales, sales return, bad debts and discount allowed. Did you understand this? Did you find any of these entries in the branch account we had seen in the format yesterday? Cash sales were there on the credit side. But did we record anywhere credit sales? Sales return from the debtors to head office was there. Because there we assume that debtors return to and then branch returns to head office, so it comes on credit side. But if debtors directly return the goods to branch only, they are not to be recorded. Okay? Because then branch returns to head office, then only will be recording it. Otherwise in the books of head office it is not going to be recorded. So be careful, there is a difference. I am talking about which sales return? Here,
Debtors to branch.
debtors to branch. And which sales return did we write on the credit side in goods side to branch?
Debtors to
Debtors directly to head office. Because there we assume that debtors return to branch, which we don't record, but branch returns to head office we have to record. So which sales return is not to be recorded? From debtors to branch. Bad debts, did we find the entry anywhere?
No.
Debit side also we did not find the entry in expenses because there we had given which heading? Cash or bad. The money which is sent from head office to branch for expenses. In bad debts, head office does not send any money to the branch. So this is not to be recorded. Even in discount, head office does not send any money to the branch. Debtors pay less money, that is the discount. So these things, credit sales, sales return, bad debts, discount allowed will not be recorded. Is everyone clear with this? Any confusions up till here? Then depreciation on assets. Again, in the debit side, the expenses which we had written, did you find any entry for depreciation in that? Debit side, the expenses which we had written. No, again for depreciation, head office does not have to send any money to the branch. Okay, we are following debtor system. We record as per the debtor system means if branch is the receiver, we debit, if branch is the giver, we credit. So this depreciation on assets will also not be recorded. Then normal and abnormal loss, like loss by fire. Normal and abnormal loss will also not be recorded, like loss by fire. Did you find any entry for loss by fire in any of the sites? No. So these are the items which are not to be recorded. Okay. Any confusions with this? All are clear with it? Credit sales, sales return, bad debts, discount allowed is not going to be recorded. Cash sales come on the credit side, but credit sales is not to be recorded. Okay. And exactly the reasons why is it so, you'll understand in further lectures. Means in the next lecture you'll understand the reason for petty expenses. Next lecture you'll understand the reason for credit sales. Depreciation maybe you'll understand today itself. And normal loss in the last lecture. So one by one we'll be doing the workings in detail. Then you'll understand why these things are not to be recorded. Any confusions with this? Now, around 3 concepts and workings are to be understood. So, 3 sides, leave it blank for summary. 3 sides, leave it blank for summary. Okay? In the further lectures, when I explain you the concepts, we'll see the workings in detail. Look at page number 50, question number 1. Page number 50, question number 1. So now I am not reading from page 48 and 49 the branch account because that I have already made you write in the notebook. Even the notes below the branch I am not reading it, that I have made you write. These things are not to be recorded. Did you all take out page number 50? Now listen everyone, as we already discussed the format of branch account, I told you journal entries are not to be remembered. Now you just remember the concept, which things come on debit side and which things come on credit side and under which heading. So question 1, from the following information relating to the Calcutta branch for the year ending 31st March 2007, prepare branch account in the books of head office. So opening balance is on 1406. Now stock is an asset. So opening balance of stock asset, where will we write? Debit side. Mark it as debit. Again, opening balance of debtors. Debtor is also an asset, so it will come on debit side. Petty cash at branch is also an asset, so it will come on debit side. Goods sent to branch means goods are sent from head office to branch, so that will come on which side? Debit side. Mark it as debit. Check sent to branch. Cash or checks sent to branch for expenses, salaries, rent and taxes, petty cash, that will also come on debit side. Mark it as debit. Where will goods returned by branch come? Credit side. Mark it as credit. But what heading you will give on the credit side? Goods sent to branch. You will give the heading goods sent to branch. Okay, I told you the reason.
Because we don't have to create a new
Because in the ledger book we create only one ledger, goods sent to branch. But under that we will record goods returned by branch. So credit side. Cash sales, where will it come? Credit side. Under the heading cash or bank account. Mark it as credit. Cash received from debtors, credit side. Under the heading cash or bank account. Mark it as credit. Credit sales not to be recorded. Okay? Mark it as no entry, non, or mark it as cross, not to be recorded. Closing balance of stock at branch is an asset, so credit side. Debtors is also an asset, so credit side. And petty cash is also an asset, so credit side. Did everyone of you understand this?
Yeah.
Any doubts for that? Let us solve it. Heading will be in the books of. If the name of company is given, you write it, otherwise you write head office only. Name of company is not given, so in the books of head office. Calcutta branch account for the year ending 31/3/07. Yes, be attentive now. Very first, stock at branch on 1406 will come on debit side, to balance brought down. Stock 37,500. Then debtors 75,000. Then petty cash 750. So 1,13,250. Is everyone clear with this? Then goods sent to branch will come on debit side, to goods sent to branch account. In that heading, goods sent from head office to branch. Only one item is given here, goods sent from head office to branch. Directly outer column 6,30,000. Any doubts in this? Then check sent to branch will come on debit side, to bank account. In that salaries 22,500. Yes, stop talking. Rent and taxes 3750. Petty cash 2750. So 22, 25, 27, 29,000. Is everyone of you clear with this? Anyone having any doubt up till here? Next. Goods returned by branch will come on credit side under the heading by goods sent to branch account, and in that you'll write goods returned by branch to head office. Again, only one item is there, so directly outer column 5,000. Any confusions up till here? Then cash sales will come on credit side under the heading by cash or bank account. Means whatever money is collected will be remitted to head office. In that, cash sales 1,50,000. Cash received from debtors, so collection from debtors. 5,25,000. Only two things are there here, so 6,75,000. Is everyone clear with this? Then credit sales will not be recorded. Then closing balances will come on credit side, pure of assets. Buy balance carried down. Stock 62,500. Debtors 1,20,000. And petty cash 500. So 1,83,000. All the items are recorded. Did you understand this, everyone? Now, credit side total 6,80,000, 780, 8,63,000. Eight lakh 63,000 minus 630, 743, 772, 250. If you subtract it, 90,750. 90,750 profit and loss account. In bracket, profit and balancing figure. Is everyone of you clear with how to prepare the branch account? Any confusion in this? Page number 55, question number 14. Page number 55. What is going on?
Sir, power is disturbing. Please ask 30 minutes.
Page 55, question 14. Dear reader. Silence. Tommy Brothers has a branch at Manvi. Head office sent goods to the branch at cost on the condition to effect sales payment for cash. What means they will not have debtors in the question. Particulars relating to the branch for the year ending 31/3/15 are as follows. Now we are not reading it, we are directly solving it. and I'll ask you, you must be able to answer where should it be recorded. Just look at the end. Prepare necessary ledger accounts in the books of head office for the year ended 31/3/16. So, which necessary ledger accounts will make?
Branch account goods.
Branch account as well as goods sent to branch. But one by one, first we'll make branch account. So, make the format of branch account. Question 14. In the books of Toddy Brothers, now the name of company is given. Mandvi branch account for the year ending 31/3/2016. In the heading also make it 31/3/2016. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Be rendered. Presumably stock on 1/4/15. Debit side. It is opening balance of assets for the period of debit side to balance brought down. In that, stock will come in inner column 1,10,000. Then Dhruvi petty cash. Debit side, it is also an asset. So petty cash 4,550. Then Mehta furniture. Well, it is a liability. Furniture is also an asset, so debit side. Furniture 35,500. Silence everyone. Now see, normally in exams when you solve the question without reading it, without wasting time on reading it, then for every heading leave 2 lines. Because maybe any other asset comes later on. So for every heading you always leave 2 lines. Safer side. Is everyone clear with this? If you do the markings in advance, then no problem. But if you don't want to stand doing the markings and directly solve it, then record leaving every heading 2 lines. If any extra item is given. So next, directly goods supplied by head office. Harshita. By credit side. Goods supplied by head office to debit side. Head office is sending to branch. So leave 2 lines and give the heading to goods sent to branch account. In that, goods sent from head office to branch. These are goods supplied by head office. So 7,50,000. Always write the things in inner column only. At the end, if other items are not there, you can take in outer column. Okay? Because generally every heading has more than one item. So always write the things in inner column. At the end of the question, after all the things are over, then we'll record the totals in outer column. Now this is the new thing, furniture sent by head office. We have not sent in the format, so it will be a normal entry. If you see as per the data system, furniture is sent to head office, branch. So branch is the receiver, debit the receiver, branch account debit. Furniture goes out, credit what goes out to furniture sent to branch account. So like we write to goods sent to branch account, same way in branch account debit side, leave around 2 lines here also to furniture sent to branch account 64,500. And which date is it sent? 1/4/15. Okay, beginning of the year. That will have some relevance. Any confusion in this? Next, petty cash sent by head office. Go on. Debit side. Which heading? Cash or bank account. 2. Cash or bank account. In that, petty cash sent 7,550. Inner column. All expenses will also come here, so inner column. Is everyone clear with this? Next page. Dhrumin, petty cash expenses paid by the branch. Not to be recorded. Petty expenses paid by the branch are not to be recorded. Put cross on that. We record only petty cash sent. Petty expenses incurred by the branch are not to be recorded. Is everyone clear with this? Put cross on that. Then my inputs returned by branch. Credit side, under which heading we will write? By goods sent to branch account. And that goods returned by branch to head office. As I said, record all the amounts in inner column and leave 2 lines if any other items are there. So 55,000. Next, Zeal sales during the year. Under the heading, sales will come under the heading opening. Cash and bank account. In the previous page, it was given in the top that branch sells goods for cost and on cash basis only. Means it is only cash sales, it does not include credit sales. Or if you can see on the previous page, it is given, it affects sales for cash only. Do you find it at the top? So entire sales is cash sales. Leave around 2 lines here, then by cash or bank account. In that cash sales inner column, 9,75,000. Is everyone clear with this? Any doubt or clear? Then Abhimanyu, stock on 31/3/16. Okay, petty cash amount is not given, it is missing. So that workings I have to teach you. Anyway, we'll see that. We'll see that as a concept today and then I'll explain you the workings in detail in the next lecture. So, in closing balances, write down by balance carried down. Stock 47,000. Now, normally we have to make workings for this petty cash. I thought amount is given, it's not a question mark, so we are solving it. Otherwise, I would have taken in the next lecture only. Now, what was the opening balance of petty cash? 4550. Put it in calculator. Plus, how much is petty cash sent by the head office? 7550 added. Means they already had money of 4,550 plus head office sent to them 7,550. So now they have 12,100 rupees with them. And next page, how much are petty expenses paid by the branch? So minus 5,000. Out of that, they have spent 5,000 rupees. So 12,100 minus 5,000. How much remains with them? 7,100. So in this question, let us take it as if it is not a missing figure, it is already given. Instead of question mark, write down 7,100. But otherwise, normally if it is a missing figure, we have to make the workings, which I'll explain you in the next lecture. Okay. This is, I'll explain you the logical concept. We have to make memorandum branch petty cash account, rough petty cash account to find this figure. Is everyone clear with it? I repeat it once again. How did we get this 7,100? We already had cash of 4,550 plus sent by head office 7,550. So 12,100 is the total cash available. Minus they spent 5,000 rupees. So what will remain with them? 7,100. We assume it is given in the question. So directly we write petty cash 7,100. In the next lecture, I'll explain you how to find if it is missing. Is everyone clear with this? Furniture on 31/3/16 is missing, but that is easy to find. Now, what was the opening balance of furniture? 35,500 plus how much is furniture sent? 64,500. So 35,500 plus 64,500, 1 lakh. And minus depreciation at the end, you can see 15% by straight line method. So minus depreciation of 15%, 15,000 means its value at the end will be 85,000. And we provide full year's depreciation. Reason, even this furniture which was sent to branch, it was sent on which date? 1st April. So on both the furnitures you have to provide depreciation for full year. Did everyone of you understand this? So 35,500 plus 64,500 total furniture of 1 lakh minus 15% depreciation value at the end is 85,000. Next. Expenses paid by head office will all come on debit side. Rent 9,500. Wages and salary 48,000. Electricity 4,500. And advertisement 5,100. So all the items are recorded. Now we have to do the balancing. Means first we have to do the totals in outer column, all of them. So total assets are 110, 14, 49, 1,50,050. This is 7,50,000 itself in the outer column. This one 5, 9, 57, 66, 73, 74, 650. There is 55,000 itself. 9,75,000 itself. 80, 120, 134, 139, 100. Now generally credit is more, so 9, 10, 10, 50, 11, 20, 11, 50, 11, 69, 100. Minus 750, 9, 960, 10, 30, 8. How much remains? 1,299,000 to profit and loss account. In bracket profit and balancing figure. Did everyone understand this? Now, be attentive. Understand it, then you can write it. Everyone be attentive here. Debit side we have goods sent to branch 7,50,000. So credit side you will write by Mandvi branch account 7,50,000. We just have to do the posting on opposite side. Credit side you have by goods sent to branch 55,000. So in goods sent to branch you will write on debit side to Mandvi branch account 55,000. And balancing amount will transfer to trading account, means 7,50,000 minus 55,000, 6,95,000 will be transferred to trading account. I repeat it once again. In branch account debit side goods sent to branch 750, so in goods sent to branch credit side by Mandvi branch account 7,50,000, opposite side. In branch account credit side by goods sent to branch 55. So in branch account, goods sent to branch account, debit side to Mandvi branch account 55,000 and balance amount is transferred to trading account. Is everyone clear with this? Complete this. Question 2 is your homework. Okay.